wake up in the morning, I roll up and count my money. I'm so wavy, I'm so wavy.
Hello guys, with Ocean here, back with another video, and today we're going to go back into some long time channel history. The video with the most views on this channel currently, what if Goku was in 7 Deadly Sins. Now, as for why this has been gone so long, I can't exactly give a lot of information about this due to Lettuce requesting me not to share this publicly. I've gotten the okay to do it. But it won't be your traditional back and forth between channels. He is going to supervise the what if, but I'm going to be the main writer. Now, this may come as a shock for most of you guys who liked him better and how he handled things, but please remember, he still has some involvement in this what if. I also realized that he has unlisted all of his videos, including the first part to this what if. So I will be doing a short collection of videos and one video tomorrow so you can get caught up, because I don't think any of you are going to go to the playlist. We've had a lot of ground to cover with this story, and sorry for the long intro, but let's get back into the video. Where we last left off, we were in Bon's cell, and we then come back to the tavern where Meliodas has just fallen to the floor. Meliodas. Goku then gets down on both knees and turns Meliodas around on his back. I hope you're fine with me using this technique on you. It's one of my weird experiments, as you call it. But if this works, I'll teach you it. Goku then puts one hand on Meliodas and pumps his energy into him. Meliodas then wakes up. Huh? What happened? You passed out from a weak attack like that. Hey, the thunder must have messed up something in my organs. There's no way that was a normal attack. Well, save the excuses for later, and let's go find Bon. I'm sure he'd be happy to see me again. We then cut back to Bois prison, and some soldiers are talking about the captain of the 7 Deadly Sins, and somebody with spiky hair that was found with them. Goku! Bon then breaks out of his binds. So not only the captain is alive, but the kid is too. Hey, how did you get out? Bon then hits the guard so hard that there's a dent in the wall when he slams into it. There is an example of what's going to happen to you if you don't move. Or what's going to happen to you if you don't get back in that cell. Threatening. But is that any way to speak to one of the legendary 7 Deadly Sins? Legendary traitors should be treated with respect? That's news to me. Your holy knights will slaughter people because they happen to be at a crime scene. But you're praised. You shut your mouth! Jericho then rushes Bon. Bon shows himself to not be hurt and to actually have gotten a full shave and haircut from that attack. I've got a fresh cut now. You should be giving these kids haircuts.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Day, and guess what? I got a fresh cut, clean cut. You. Dab on them. Yeah.
That's a lot of talk for somebody full of holes. Holes? There's not a single hole in my body. The only wound in my body is the one that kid gave me. We then go back to where our protagonists are, and somebody has let them in their home for a little bit. Thank you for letting us stay in your house, mister. You're welcome. Treat yourself to some drinks if you like. Alright. Goku then drinks some, but Meliodas slaps it out of his hand. Oops, I'm so clumsy. Huh? What was in that water? Goku then goes to lay down on the bed and passes out. Goku! You poisoned him. I'm sorry, but I had to do it to get my daughter back. Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but I'm Gogus of the Weird Fans, a group loyal to the Holy Knights, and I'm here for Princess Elizabeth. Now, if you give me her, I will leave you all alone. You won't be taking her. Do you want to test that? Golgius then sees the power pole Goku has and Meliodas' sword. Well, this is like winning the lottery. I have the 2 artifacts I need right in front of me. We then go to a flashback of the 7 Deadly Sins, all at a campfire. Goku at this time is around 8 years old. I don't know if that's going to mess up any continuity with this, but whatever. Hey kid, why do you always carry that red stick around? It's something that was left from my real parents before they died, along with Meliodas' brother at the time. Seems interesting. I hear it extends a lot. Let your good old friend take you for a test. No! Ban then grabs the power pole from him. Goku then shoots a tiny beam from his fingers and it hits Bon in the jaw and the lower neck. Meliodas then looks over and sees what happens to Bon. Goku! You need to learn to control that power. But he took something important to me. Meliodas looks away, because that power pole was something he found inside the orb he found Goku in. It was a gift from his parents, yes, but if only he knew the truth. We then go back to the present, and he goes to get the power pole from Goku. He grabs it, but Goku grips on it. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna need that kid. Golgius is then instantly knocked through the building. I'm sorry, but this power pole is too precious for me. For you to have. I'll die before I'll give it to anyone like you. Goku at that moment had yellow eyes and slightly spiked up hair. Goku then stands there menacingly. Goku? Meliodas then grips his sword, ready to attack. Goku then turns around. Whew! That was a good nap. What did I miss? How did you recover from the poison? Poison? That just hurt my stomach for a little bit, so I laid down. I was awake the whole time, though. When the guy tried to take my power pole, my stomach ache instantly went away. Alright, well, we need to get moving, Goku. Goku, Meliodas, and Elizabeth all go after Golgius. Alright, I give up. I am a coward. Goku then spins his power pole around to block the onslaught of blades coming at them. But when he's done, Golgius is gone. I'm sorry, but I have to attend to important business. We then cut over to Dr. Dana trying to run. I gave it to the kid. He was hurt. For a second, I didn't kill him, but I did something. I said I would give you your daughter if there was a body on the floor. And I'm a sore payer. Goku, Meliodas, and Elizabeth all appeared to see Dr. Dana get stabbed. Dr. Dana! Goku is then enraged. You monster! Goku's hair is then slightly spiked up again like before, and he rushes at Golgius. He knows he has the same look in his eyes, so he begins to run away. Goku begins to pursue him. That Goku. He's always been like this since he was a kid. I always need to keep an eye out for him. Meliodas then hears Elizabeth crying, and he walks over to Dr. Dana's final moments. This is all my fault. No, it's not, Elizabeth. Golgius killed him, not you. Yeah, Elizabeth. Don't beat yourself up over it. Yes, but if I hadn't started on this whole stupid journey, he wouldn't have had to look for me in the first place. They would have killed him for some other unfair reason if it wasn't for that. But point is, I understand why you'd want to cry. You want to protect your home, and your home is something very important to everybody. Some people carry around items that remind them of their home, but you can't let all that go to waste because of your tears. Let it out and keep moving forward. I'm tracking down the 7 deadly sins no matter what, and even if you died, I would keep my promise to you. People can die sometimes, and when they do, if you're spared, you want to preserve their memory. But if you have something to cope with, you shouldn't let that stop your progress. We then meet up with Diane, and they meet one of the weird things. But let's go back to what Bond's doing right now. He walks into a cell with Dr. Dana's daughter in it and breaks her out. He steals the knife, and that's when the Holy Knight Jude shows up, and something breaks into the prison. It's Goku and a badly hurt Golgius. Kid? Goku then calms down instantly. Bon! Goku then knocks Bon through a few walls, and Bon does the same thing to him. Are you ignoring me? The man's right. Let's do this together, for old time's sake. Alright. Bon and Goku then attack him at once. Weak attacks so he won't instantly die, but still attacks that hurt him. Jude then stabs Goku in the chest and he goes flying back. He sees Bon with a smirk on his face. I'd worry about your little friend there. I'd worry about what's behind you. Jude then looks behind him and it's too late. A devastating hit to the head finishes the battle, but but it says one more thing before it falls to the floor. The Holy Knights wage a war on the 7 deadly sins. Goku and Ban look at each other excitedly and say, "Bring it on!" Later, Goku and Ban run into Meliodas and they do the normal greeting, exclusive to only those 3 members of the 7 deadly sins. When they go back to the house, they see that Dr. Dana is alive. I thought you kicked it for sure. I don't know what happened myself. This is really strange. Later on in the nighttime, they celebrate gathering so much of the team so fast. So Melly, when you going to make me a full sin instead of half one? These people don't even recognize that I'm one of you guys. When you're ready. Ready? I'm almost 17 years old. Why do I have to wait even more? I said I'll tell you when you're ready. Goku then realizes it's time to stop talking. Well, anyways, here's to the 7 deadly sins. Here's to the 7 deadly sins. The next day, they run into a black hound, and as usual, with Meliodas scaring the hounds with a technique that should really be shown more. I don't care if it's just a hologram or illusion or something, bring this back in the sequel. Anyways, I've got my sights set on the capital of the dead, to get back to King. Oh. Could you put your feud with him aside for 1 second? He ate some of your food and now you hate him. You never mess with another man's food. He has a point. Let's just go, you two. Everything goes the same up until they split up and look for information. Ban still gets stabbed by the original Gabi. Like, bro, this stabbing him with a pitchfork? Didn't Gabi almost do that at Attack on Titan? Anyways, before King gets his turn with Ban, Goku stops the sword from coming. What do you want, King? Oh, so you do remember me. I hope that Mapo tofu you stole from me was good. It was, but that didn't mean you had to take my food back. King then runs to Ban and flies up into the air. Since your friend remembers me, I assume you remember me, and the sin you committed. The sin of killing the saint of the Fountain of Youth. King then rushes Ban again and he dodges. You walked right into my trap. Cunning? What type of trap? Too bad. You got 3 seconds to tell me who you are. Right. Ban, no! And what are you 3 doing? This random kid stabbed me. That's King. Wait, that's King? Yep. I'm so happy to see you, King. We were looking all over for you. King then flies away without saying anything. Back in the tavern, Goku and Ban are cooking up a meal. This is amazing! Makes sense. They're the 2 best cooks in the country. It also makes sense that they get along so well. Ban then interrogates the kids. Where is the capital of the dead? You want to go to the capital of the dead too? Too? Yeah, that other kid with the red hair, he was looking for the capital of the dead too. We then cut forward and we see them going to the capital of the dead, and Ban and King zoom off instantly. Could you leave me alone already? No, not after what you've done. Ban then throws some punches at him, but only King has that speed. So you did come all this way to settle a score with me. I came because you killed my sister. I can't die. Too bad then. Well, I guess you will have one type of death. We then cut over to Goku, Meliodas, Diane, and Elizabeth. Oh, and Hawks. I always forget Hawks. Kuila then shows up in front of them. Elizabeth, Hawks, run as fast as you can. You don't have to tell me twice. The fight starts off with it being fairly even, but Goila starts to turn the tide of the battle with her knowledge of the 7 deadly sins abilities and her pure raw power. Meliodas, Diane, let me handle this. She doesn't know my fighting style as well as your guys's. We then goes back to Ban and King, and Ban has just been encased in stone. However, Elaine comes and kisses Ban and breaks the stone off of him. Elaine? Why can't I see you? The living and the dead must have a strong connection in order to see each other. So, you are still mad at me. There is then an explosion and Goku comes flying over to the 3 of them badly injured. Goku, I can't change what you think of me, but Ban is the one who killed you. Ban, King, we need a plan for Guila. She's too strong. Goku then struggles to get up, and they start to think of a plan together. Back at the battlefield, Meliodas and Diane are both losing to Guila. Suddenly, Guila stops. Bon uses Snatch to keep her still. Guila suddenly shoots an attack, but Goku knew this would happen, so he comes out of the sky and shoots Kamehameha at her. King, now! Guila then goes through the smoke. King? Guila then slaps Goku and follows up with a blast. Meliodas rushes to full counter it, but he knows he won't make it in time. Suddenly, the blast flies away and King shows up. You're a little late, but better than nothing. King and Guila then start to fight, and eventually, King is caught in a bad situation, and Meliodas has a full counter and Goku has Kamehameha wave ready. Looks like we got you! No! There is then a huge explosion and everybody's kicked from the party because Guila rage quitted. Faded away from the land of the dead. They then see Guila standing there in the living room. Well, what should we do with her, guys? Ban, Meliodas, and Goku look at each other with smiles on their face. Needless to say, someone later finds her with a marker on her face. They all look back and realize the kids are fading away as well. I'm glad you all got to see who you wanted to see. We will be the guides to the capitals from now on. And you two have the best cooking ever. Thank you for everything. No, thank you. But with that, I'm going to end the video off here. I'm going to try to keep this outro short because this video is really long based off of the word count alone. I think it was like 2,500 words. I think this might be 16-20 minutes, I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this part, and there will be a completion of parts up to date after this. But with that, this has been Wavy Ocean, and have a great day.